Hello to you all and welcome back. I am really excited about today's video. It was a topic that was suggested from one of our newest subscribers. And guys, I am telling you, if you want to know how I am living above depression, guys, this video is for you.
Just give me a sign, yeah. I don't wanna front, I just wanna see you. Just give me a sign if you wanna come.
What did it take for me to overcome where I was with depression? I had to choose happiness. It was a choice. I had to choose happiness. The first thing that I had to do in choosing happiness was I had to be honest with me about what roles I played, what part did I play in what I was feeling. It's easy to say that you're sad because of everybody else or because of circumstances or because of what people did do or did not do. It's very difficult to say, I'm unhappy because I failed me. I'm unhappy because I let me down. That is very, very hard to do. But it was necessary because what I grew to understand is skewed thinking is real. And I was experiencing some of that. I was blaming everybody else for why I wasn't happy. That was never going to get me to a place where I could live above the depression. I was always going to be depressed. I was always going to be down and sad and not wanting to do anything or engage with people as long as I was refusing to be honest with me about what I did, what roles I played in my own sadness. So that was the first thing I had to do. I had to be honest with me. The second thing that I had to do was I had to accept that the past was the past and I couldn't change it. I don't know if it's because of the PTSD as well or if it was simply from the depression, but I really struggled with letting go of the past. The things that had happened that had hurt me would just keep replaying over and over and over again in my mind until finally one day I had to accept, hey, replaying this in your head isn't gonna change what happened, babe. It's not gonna make you any happier. All it's going to do is make you more depressed. It's going to make you not want to do anything, not want to take care of yourself, not want to clean up your house, not want to, like, those symptoms that come with depression are real. The pain hurts so much that you physically become in pain. And so I had to accept that the past was the past and I needed to let that go. The other thing that I had to accept was the challenge to move forward. That was hard. It was very hard because for so long I felt like my world had crumbled. I felt like my purpose was taken from me when I was medically discharged out of the military. So I felt like I didn't have anything left to do, right? I graduated high school early, went off to the military, planned on retiring, and then I was sent home on a medical discharge. And so I had to accept the challenge that, hey, this is not where my life stops. I still have breath in my body. I still have a purpose. Accepting that was hard because I had already put this ideal in my head of how my life should turn out, right? So without the military, how am I going to fulfill this thing? And so that for me was a really, really, really big challenge. And I had to just decide I'm putting my hands on this bike and I'm not going to let go and I'm going to learn how to balance myself. I understand that there are going to be some things that I have to do that I may not be accustomed to, but I gotta ride this bike because I gotta get back to me. I can't stay stuck in this place. So I had to be honest, had to accept that I couldn't change the past, and I had to accept the challenge to move forward. The other thing that I had to do was engage in personal development. I still remember to this day, the very first book that I read in terms of personal development was Think and Grow Rich. That book changed my life. I've read it now 6 times. That was just the beginning of my journey with personal development. I began to do vision boards. I began to write out affirmations. And I know everybody have different religious beliefs, but I went to the book that I read for my faith, and I started finding scriptures in there that coincided with what I knew to be true. And I can't really say that I knew it to be true at the time because I was still really sad. But what I did know is that it had to be some truth in it. And so I went ahead and I started writing those things down and saying them every day and believing that they were true. So the affirmations, they really helped. The vision board, it really helped me to put things back into perspective. Okay, so the military didn't work out, but now what do I want? Now what do I want to do with the rest of my life? And I kept it in front of me where I could see it all the time. People would come into my home when I first started this journey of personal development, and they would see the books and they would see the stuff on the wall, and they would laugh at me and they would talk about me, but they had no idea that my whole objective was to never be another inpatient in a mental institution ever again. I had to get me back. And so that was part of the challenge that I accepted, changing the things that I was doing every day. And so personal development, it did, and it still does play a big role. I still read every day. I still say my affirmations. I've put myself on a schedule, guys, and in the front of my calendar, I have my gifts written down. I have affirmations written down. I have a sell yourself to yourself commercial that I got out of The Magic of Thinking Big. It's just a 30-second commercial, but I introduce myself to myself every single day. These are things that I got from personal development that has been helping me to live above depression. So the fourth thing that I had to do was start practicing those principles that I was learning from the personal development. And no, it was not easy. At first, it was not easy at all because I had all of this thinking about myself. I had all of this negative self-talk that I had been doing. So one of the things I had to do was start saying positive things to myself. I started having to have mirror time where I would go and I would stand in the mirror. I would stand at attention and I would tell myself all kinds of positive things about me, about my future, and about things that I was capable of doing. Changing my circle, that was another one of the principles that I had to practice because I learned that you are the sum total of the 5 people that you are closest to. And when I evaluated that circle, I didn't want to be the sum total of anger. I didn't want to be the sum total of poverty. I didn't want to be the sum total of negativity. So I literally had to change my circle, and it hurt. It did. It hurt because there were some people that I had been like this with that I had to say, you know what? I love you, but I'll see you on the other side. I love you, but where we're going isn't the same place. I was addicted to drugs so heavily, so changing that circle was a challenge as well because these were people that I would hang out with. We would get high together, right? Whether it was crack, cocaine, or wet, we was doing it together. And so to walk away from that and say, hey, I'm bigger than that. These things are harming me more than they're helping me. It was a struggle, but I am so happy that I did it because now I don't have to worry about the consequences that come from hanging in those type of circles. So practicing those principles, guys, that I was learning, that played a big part. I was having a lot of skewed thinking, right? I would think things would be one way when in all actuality they would be another way. So I had to start saying no to things that were not conducive to where I was going. Remember, I had already been a patient before. I knew what it felt like for them to wake you up and say, take this medicine. You can't go outside. You are a threat. I didn't want those things anymore. Matter of fact, when I had to go and be an inpatient, at the time I was breastfeeding my daughter. Her dad was working every day and I would be at home with her. And so quite naturally, being an inpatient, somebody else had to have my baby. And then I couldn't even breastfeed her anymore after that because of the medications that I had to take. And so I never, ever, ever wanted to experience that again. So I literally started doing everything I could to get my mind back because that's where the depression was having a field day at. It was all in my head. I went ahead and I started doing things that were productive, that were going to take me to where I wanted to go. Lastly, what I would say I had to do, and it was also difficult, I had to start saying yes to me. I had to choose me. I had to say yes to my future. I had to say, no, the military didn't work out. But yes, I do still have something that I can do. No, I didn't come out the military and retire with the stars on my collar like I wanted. But yes, I do still have kids. No, I don't live in the home that I want to live in. But yes, I can still make a difference. I literally had to start saying yes to those things that were already inside of me. I had to start saying yes, that I would do my part to be better. I haven't gotten to the place that I want to be. There are still days where I have to say, no, we're not having those thoughts today. No, we're not staying in the bed. No, we're not. We're like, I have to continue to do those things. Why? Because depression is real. It crouches at the door and waits. At least that's how I feel, right? Like, I feel like it's somewhere sitting there just waiting for me to slip up. So I have to stay diligent about getting better. I can't for one moment think that I've arrived, because the truth of the matter is I haven't. I haven't. And so if you are someone who is struggling with depression, if you are someone who is absolutely tired of just the dark place that depression puts us in, maybe you can take some of what I've shared today and use it and apply it, and maybe that will help you to get to another place, to get to the other side, to live above depression. You don't have to be stuck in a dark place. The sun does shine. I know it's going down now, but the sun does shine. It really, really does. Depression is not the end. It really is not. What I would encourage you to do is fall in love with you again. Fall in love with you again. Take small steps if you have to. One accomplishment a day is better than laying in the bed and not doing nothing. One thing that makes you happy a day is better than dwelling on all the things that hurt. Guys, I hope someone was encouraged today. I hope this helped someone to know that depression is not the end. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Be sure that you like, comment, subscribe, share. Give me ideas. Let me know what topic that you would like me to share next. Thank you, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.